Alright, what is up with it? Zach and I are back for some Season of Ice action. The Game Boy Advance game that started it all on the Game Boy Advance. So just a quick overview of what this category is. Any percent is defined by the amount of fairies that you need to collect to get into the final boss. We don't care at all about gems. Technically, I need to collect them, but it's such a minuscule amount that it doesn't really matter all that much. So we just ignore them for the most part. And because we have to collect all the fairies, there's like quite a few genuinely unfun things we have to do. But we're gonna get this over with. Alright, you want to count me down, Zach? Or should I count myself down?
No, I want to count you down.
Alright, count me down.
Alright. 41. 42.
Why are you counting up?
No, 3, 2, 1, do it.
Alright, so the plot of this game is essentially like, this guy gets like a headache, right? And his response is to like, take a bunch of fairies and just like freeze them into like a ball of ice. And now we have to free the fairies. Which is some great writing right there. So essentially what we have to do is in every level we get a fairy for doing certain tasks. In this particular level, what we have to do is destroy some sandcastles, kill all the enemies, and oh right, light up the lighthouses. That's an important one. Thank God I walked past that at that moment, because if not, I don't know if I would have had the ability to remember. And also in every level, there's always some fairies just standing around doing stuff and whatnot. The movement in this game is really weird. You can't really like charge jump at all. Like you can, but it like messes with your with Spyro's like head hitbox so bad that it is just unoptimal. Those enemies right there that like have the thing that spin around them. I want to do something cool there, but it didn't work. Oh well, it's not necessary. Those hitboxes are actually the biggest thing known to man. So I have to be really careful with those. But on the flip side, there's also some instances like the one that is coming up right here, where I can actually just walk off this ledge, and like since they're so tall, like I don't even have to worry about flaming them. Alright, so usually when I do something like that, like a task is complete, it'll warp me to a specific place in the task where I will be given the fairy. In that case, I just happened to flame the last one, and it didn't warp me anywhere.
How long is this run again?
This is about an hour and a half if things go right. Alright, and that's the first level, and we're doing...
How do you know where you're
fantastic.
going at any point in time?
So do you mean like how do I deal with the fact that this game is isometric and not the most well done thing visually?
Yeah, given that you have like 10 tiles across the screen that you can actually see, you can't really see any distance at all. Is there a map or?
No, and that's
you just figured out.
Yeah, had I not had a route to go off of, I don't know. Like shoutouts to I don't even remember his name, Jer something like that, who routed this game and took away all the hard part. So in this level, what I have to do is place those green balls by those, I guess that they're like springs, and it'll actually kill a bird that's in the air. I have to do that 4 times. It's really annoying. I think Shaw was talking about this during the 100% run, where it's really important that when things die, they're on the screen. Because if not, it won't register as the thing dying. So I have to be very careful of that. And now my movement is not cooperating. My fingers are not cooperating with my head right now. I'm going to try and abuse the fact, though, that I don't want to wait for things to get on screen, because that's like really slow. So I try and abuse like not showing things on screen as much as I possibly can, but as you'll probably see very soon, that's not a super easy thing to be doing. charge jumping, like so right there. I liked it that weird bonk. Spyro's stays in whatever state you put him in when you jump until he hits the ground. So right there, oh my god, I've gotten hit by those enemies twice today, and I don't think I've ever gotten hit by them before, and now I'm bonking on everything. So if I like do a charge jump, he'll stay in the charge animation until I hit the ground. So it makes stuff like going upstairs really inconvenient and, again, pretty unfun, honestly. Okay, so we killed all the 4 birds, and this leads us here. This is important because now we can go, last time we went left, this time we're going to go to the right and clean up some enemies, as well as finish up another warp. Oh my god, I'm getting hit by everything. Now the cool thing about this game is that they acknowledge that the enemies are all, like, super dumb, and like, I'm getting hit by a lot of enemies. We're not even at the dumb point with enemies, to be totally honest. The second world introduces some really, really just poorly designed enemies, and hopefully I don't do anything bad that'll like demonstrate that, because that would be really unfortunate, honestly.
It looks like you can do like flame charges on this game, right? If you just flame before you charge.
Yeah, and the really nice thing about flame charging in this game, your flame is actually really big considering how much screen there is, you know? So it's like pretty satisfying. See, like right there, I love stuff like that where it's just like those enemies that like have like just like an unethically large range, I'll say. Oh my god, please go up the stairs. Since they're so tall, like that's such a big downfall for them.
But it doesn't look like you can use it to collect gems from baskets, right?
No, but we don't care about gems in this category, so good. Hopefully the thief right here will be running into me, and he's not, so we're gonna have to put up with this bullshit. So I know what you're thinking. Toop, why don't you just flame these guys? Well, the devs thought for some horrible, horrible, horrible reason that that wasn't a necessary thing. Okay, good. I got that set up at least. I found something a while ago, not a while ago, maybe a month ago, that if you do like very specific movement, you can possibly, it's not very consistent at all, but you can like make the thief move in certain ways depending on how you act when the thief is not on screen. I tried to set it up there, but it didn't work out, which is unfortunate because, you know, having to chase after a thief and not be able to flame him, really just, again, genuinely unfun. And I know I'm like kinda, I don't know, I poop on this game a lot, but like, the first few levels are fun, and it just gets worse. Like, if I'm being totally honest.
I give this game a hard time, but like, you know, the first, 5% of it's pretty good.
Like, honestly, yeah. That's like how I feel about it at this point in time.
If it gets worse, I'm not sure how much I can do.
Okay, so we got really unlucky there with the lag. This game lags a lot at random points. I don't really know why. Luckily, this level isn't too bad. Some of the later levels, though, like it is borderline unplayable for like a few minutes. Luckily, though, it's only borderline unplayable, so I'm still able to do this stupid stuff like Spyrothon. Hell yeah.
When is the first speedway?
Don't even mention the fact that I have to do speedways in this game. So yeah, there are speedways in this. Similar to Spyro Year of the Dragon, but both are just. Hello? Did you see that? That gem that just fell from out of nowhere?
I did.
What was that? Oh, also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. There was an enemy that I'm about to pass by right now that I didn't kill. And this is just like one of the many things we do to be warped later on. I'm taking this. What? Hello? I don't even know what I did wrong there. This game, I'm letting you know right now after that mistake right. Well, actually, who knows? My sum of best is so far off from like my PB at this point. So I rang that bell once. That's so frustrating. That happens a lot to me though, where like I'll just go and ring bells and be like, hey, You rang the bells, but not in the way I wanted you to, despite it being in the way it wanted me to. So I can show this cool little thing that we do here. To get to the other bell, turns out you can just fly straight out. And like, just the way isometrics work in this game, you'll eventually just land at the other bell.
How would you ever find this?
Oh my god. Oh, that was so lucky. How did I find this? Well, I didn't. Shoutouts to the world record holder
Wow,
who
nice
did a
help.
lot of the routing in this game. I have changed like 1 or 2 things, but that's because like there's one movement option that he doesn't really abuse that I think is very fun to abuse. Let's get hit, because I don't want to die and actually have to do the whole level over again. Okay. Luckily those guys don't deal damage. They just push you away. The candle? I assume that was probably it, but I still hit it. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna be angry at the game, despite your logic. Oh wait, no, you are actually the world record holder. Now I can remember your name. Alright. And similar to the other Spyro games, we do go around in every homeworld and do a few, well, one task per homeworld. All the tasks in this game just rely on you like lighting something up basically, or burning something down. In this case, we're lighting up pumpkins because this is the fall-based homeworld.
Is this Autumn playing?
Might as well be. I don't. This is
Do they
really
have
bad.
names or?
They have names. Don't ask me what they are, which is really bad that I don't know.
Yeah. This is Halloween Homeworld.
I'm down.
I think this was discovered by Moxie Gone in 2011. When did this game come out? Is this
Early
like
2000s.
2005?
I would say 2001.
Okay?
It's like,
Wow,
I think all things considered for like a 2001 game, it looks pretty good. It was obviously rushed, and like the game design was not really thought out. Because like it turns out, so like this doesn't really happen to us because we know we have to collect all the fairies. Whoops. Autumn fairy home. Thank
yeah,
God
that's what I
someone
meant
who
to
knows
say.
something is in the chat.
That's what I meant to say.
What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, so what you'll find out is like right now, doesn't come up because we know we have to collect all the fairies, but like the game pretty much dictates what levels you have to go to by blocking out a lot of levels with very oddly specific fairy requirements to get to certain doors. And this is our first Sparks levels, and anyone who knows me knows that I love Sparks. Sparks is the ultimate homie, but they did not do my boy justice in this game at all. Luckily, this level is the first one, so it's like really easy, and I'm just gonna essentially ignore all the enemies and grab these keys as fast as I can. Oh no, this is bad actually. I'm gonna try and not get hit, but yeah, I got hit. Nice. Okay, I should have just taken the damage there. Essentially, usually I do end up dying once I get behind this red door and collecting the key because it just leaves you off at the last key you collected, so it's not a huge deal. Yeah, let's see all the tuber in chat. Let's go. And every Sparks level essentially ends with you opening a final door to a boss. This is a strat I like to do. I don't know if it's fast. I just find the Sparks levels really annoying, so I go into this corner. And essentially, he will never spawn anything that can really get close to me as long as I'm in the right spot. Which makes this a lot easier, but I can't really confidently say that it's faster. It results in me not dying as often, so that's cool. And that is the first of many Sparks levels, and now we have the first of many speedways. Where is this sound from? So interestingly enough, all the sounds you're hearing that you've like, oh, I've heard this before, it's probably from this game, because a lot of the sounds are, a lot of the game music is just recycled throughout of it. I think every level uses the same song twice. So if you want to give yourself a fun little challenge during the run, you can try and track that. Guys, speedways.
I'm so
I
ready.
hate them. So essentially, it's you just gotta do these really weird things. There's a normal and a hard mode. Each one will give you an individual fairy. And what's actually kind of interesting is that I find the normal mode significantly harder than the hard mode. And also the thing I want to point out is that whoever designed this level in terms of its color is straight up dumb. I really struggle with this one, especially because the yellow on yellow and red on red makes it really hard for me to see. I don't know who gave this the okay. I don't like them.
What's actually happening right now?
So if I kill the yellow, I will say they're bats. Do you want to call them bats?
Yeah, I
If you
do.
kill the
I
yellow
wanna call
bats,
them
you
back.
get 1 second, and if you kill anything else, nothing happens. These, well, if anything's like slightly purple, it'll give you a gem. But I was actually just considering something earlier today, where it's like, I shouldn't be, well, for the sake of this, it's a lot faster just to kill them and grab the gems. But afterwards, there's like the same exit level gem collection screen, and like since I don't really care about gems at all in this category, because essentially the gem requirements are so low, I'm going to collect them no matter what. I shouldn't be collecting any gems at all, just for the sake of that screen being slightly faster. I don't know if, like, how logically sound that is, because like it feels currently like I'm always like insanely overgemmed, but I think part of it might just be because of how I do the speedways, and if I changed how I do them, that would make things harder. Every speedway ends in a boss. This is the boss. It is essentially a dragon that has like a really long tail, and you have to hit the backside of the dragon to make its tail go smaller and smaller and smaller until you essentially kill the head. It's similar to the Twin
Dragon
Dragons.
boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, Zach. But
Well, I mean, I don't know a single thing about this game.
yeah, if you want to like prompt me on
Uh,
something that you think is important for people
Sure.
to know.
Like, you don't need to get all of the gems to get the fairy reward at the end, which is kind of unique to this game, right?
Yeah. And very unique, actually. You just have
Yeah.
to kill that final boss.
Okay.
And this is,
And how's the timer affect any of this?
well,
If you run out of time, you have to restart?
yeah.
Okay.
And this kind of comes into play with how I said I think hard mode is significantly easier than normal mode, because everything now that would give me, whoops, I got hit by that one. Anything now that would give me gems before will actually just give me time back. So in the second phase, everything was purple. You'll see everything is now yellow, and every time I hit any back. Whereas before, I was just losing time constantly. So even though there's like a lower amount of time in hard mode, it's just significantly easier, which is kind of nice because I would hate for this to actually be a challenge. But having said that, there are some bosses later on that you'll see that I tend to struggle with quite a bit, sadly. Ideally, I would want all these to spawn in a specific pattern in the bottom left, just because I think those are all the easiest to react to, and there's the most that start in the bottom left or across the bottom, and make it easy for me to adjust myself and do what needs to be done.
And this is the last level of the Autumn Fairy Home, correct?
That is correct.
Is there a boss at the end of the Autumn Fairy Home?
No, there's a boss at the end of the next homeworld. There's only 2 bosses right there. I don't really. Bosses are really identical. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry if that ruined the run for you guys. So now I'm gonna exit. And this run is not looking too pretty at the moment, but that's fine.
I think it's beautiful.
I actually think this game looks really good considering it came out in 2001.
Yeah,
I don't know.
stylistically, I like this style of art,
just-
I guess.
The the isometric, and the other thing that's nice about this is if you watch Season of Flame, the camera's like constantly moving, and like it doesn't move as much here. Like it feels like you're moving Spyro, not the camera, whereas the other games it feels like you're moving the camera, not Spyro. Does that make sense? I don't know. Stuff like that makes me dizzy. In Season of Flame, and I think Attack of the Rhinox is also like that. Yeah, I agree with that, Gel. The last Speedway is actually like not a walk in the park, but like I haven't failed it in a super long time either. So this is now second homeworld. Enemies get really annoying here because, as you can see, there's a target on my head, and those hitbox last forever. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's literally the most infuriating thing in the world. And the order I do things in this level is a little weird, but it actually works out really well. So shoutouts to the person who did the routing and all this. I'm gonna assume it's Gel who's in chat right now. But like just planning out all the warps you get to really benefit you in the end is nice. Here we're lighting up some campfires, killing enemies, and freeing some hummingbirds.
I'm noticing that this game has largely drawn from Year of the Dragon, right?
Yes, it came out right after, I think.
Yeah.
It was either this one or Attack of the Rhinox that came out first. And there's like a little like, I guess like divide in what is canon to the Spyro universe and the GBA games. Like one direction it goes like to Attack of the Rhinox, and the other direction it comes here. But like I don't think anyone particularly is invested in the GBA Spyro universe.
Well, I wasn't before, but now I am.
Yeah, you know, as much as I would love to tell you more, that's literally all I know.
Well, I mean, you're freeing all these hummingbirds, very similar to what you'd be doing in Sergeant Bird's base.
Yes, right.
Right, and we just killed the twin dragon, and I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna be seeing a lot.
Depth perception is horrible. Yeah, that's the problem with this kind of game, though. Like, there's not really a way to fix that. I feel like. Okay, here I just have to pray this guy doesn't hit me, because if he hits me, I'm straight up gonna cry. All right, he didn't hit me yet. So the good news is now that I've lit all the campfires, if you die, the level resets itself in terms of certain things. In this level, it happens to be the campfires, but we don't have to worry about that anymore. This is usually a really big death for me, in general, because of the hitboxes of the enemies in this game reach super far. That was a gold, which is kind of sad because I missed a few movement things I usually like to do, but that's whatever.
Congrats, man. I'm proud of you.
You know what? I appreciate it, Zach. So now we're going this way, once I actually decide to go the correct way, to Panda Gardens. I guess this is like I don't remember what the name of the Year of the Dragon level is, but it looks identical to one of the Year of the Dragon levels, as you'll see.
Bamboo Terrace?
Yeah. Like, it's practically reused. There's a jump here that I usually get very frustrated with. This one right here. See how I do? Messed it up, of course. Of course. That's fine. We have lives. The nice thing about this game is, like, if you die, although the chances to get like 1-ups or anything like that, they all respawn. So like essentially getting like unlimited lives is really easy, which is good because like I think this game is kind of ridiculously hard in certain ways. So having that is nice. Oh my god. I wish you can flame charge in a way. That is nice. First mystery jar of the run. Kind of a big thing to the Spyro series post, I guess, the first game. But usually they give you gems. In this case, we're collecting fairies that are trapped in there, I guess. No, there's like actually like a character from the level that tends to get trapped in them. Again, thieves are going to be my biggest time loss in this whole thing. That was actually really good. Usually what I do for that thief is there's a thing that I've noticed. I don't fully know how it works, but if you stop running near a thief and you're close enough, usually what happens if you're running is that they turn around. But it doesn't seem to happen if you're only in like a walking state. So if you get really close to them to a point where they would turn and you stop charging and then restart charging, puts you in a really good position to easily grab thieves. But I didn't set it up there because I haven't really experimented with it too much and where I would want that to happen. With these guys, what I'm aiming to do, and I have not done yet once, is flame charging them before they jump, because waiting for them to land is slow, obviously. And now I'm gonna unlock the ferry from before. I don't know why I did it the first time around. I don't really think it makes any form of speed difference. Yeah.
I like how they
Oh
save memory in this game by only using 3 notes in the second soundtrack.
Okay, I'm gonna give up on that. There's a really cool hover trick you can do, where if you hover at the right time near an edge, it gives you like this major height boost, and lets you reach places you normally wouldn't be able to reach. But I kept on filling it right there. Usually, I kind of add them in because I think it makes the game a lot more fun. I don't necessarily think it saves enough time for the risk reward to be worth it, but it does save time, and it isn't impossible. I have to be really careful. I used to flame that thing all the time. Oh no, that's not good. That means I didn't flame one of them. Okay, how can I solve this issue? I don't even know how this level is formatted. Well, we'll just go kill the last guy and I'll run through the level in the normal way. Once I find out where that would be. This one? I guess actually since I'm at this point I might as well just go through the level and find the missing one now. Wow, this hasn't happened to me in a while. Of course, in a marathon setting. Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Well, we got that one. I have a feeling it's one of the ones down here. I guess it's not. Well, I can't kill the last enemy before I flame that thing. So what is my plan B here? Flame the one right at the start. No, I didn't. Alright, well that's an easy fix at least. Did I not free the fairy either? No, I didn't. That would have been even worse. Alright. More work. Okay. So like, as bad as this is, I could still PB. How do you know where things are with the format of the level? So that's what I was like really worried about just there, honestly, because I genuinely do not know how the level is mapped out at all. I just have a route memorized. So when something goes wrong, it takes me a while to be able to really identify where I am, and even at that, I can really only go in a way that I already have in mind. Because visually this game is kind of weird with the isometrics and knowing where to go. Okay. Right now we're collecting the homeworld fairies, just because when you leave Panda Gardens, it leaves you off in a really good place to start this with. And this is where the entrance to the next homeworld will be. I don't think I can open it yet. Yeah.
Was that money bags?
Yeah. You have to buy your way into every Sparks level, but we're gonna actually do that one last because it leaves you closest to the next. I'm gonna pick up life because I
thick bear.
pick'ems. And next is our second speedway of the run. Alright, I'm gonna take a break from talking a million miles an hour.
So it's probably gonna be an ice themed speedway.
No, they're all like essentially the same. They're still bats. There's not really any difference besides the final. And actually, funny enough, this one is the most similar to like the Twin Dragons, You're the Dragon thing, because there are actually 2 dragons you have to beat during the final. I call it a final boss of a speedway. I don't think that, like, these aren't really bosses, you know? Another important thing to note, you probably hear me mashing A a lot. At least I hope you do. Mashing A is faster than just holding down A. Which when I was like first playing this game, I used to get so with these levels. And like once I found that out, it became so much easier. I don't know why I didn't even think to try that. Wow, I missed 2. I missed them on one of them on the run around. But yeah, I've been like thinking it might be faster, like especially in part, just to ignore all the hoops, because no matter what, the second time you go through, there's not an opportunity to get gemmed. Or I shouldn't say no matter what, but in most situations, I think if you get a certain amount, then that's what happens.
Hey, it's chocolate.
Yeah,
Lovely.
it is. Yeah, so a lot of reuse stuff. Which, yeah, you know, it's a Game Boy game. I don't think they're looking to make this AAA title.
No, this makes a statement.
So the thing that's a little different about this as a boss is, as you can tell, when I hit it, red. So you essentially have to hit everything twice. Yeah, I don't know. And luckily there's like a pretty set pattern for what this guy does. He only sways left and right. Not as crazy as some of the other bosses.
I'm sure it's gonna get wild.
Spyro is my favorite Space Harrier knockoff. I have no idea what that means, but I'm proud that this has that honor to it. Yeah. Are you enjoying this, Zach?
Yes.
I just, part of like my gripe with this game is like, I feel like this would be a really fun category if it wasn't for stuff like there's just like 1 or 2 things where it's just like if there was a way that you could skip having to get like so many fairies, like I think even if it was just like you needed 90 fairies instead of 99, even something like that would make it significantly better, because then you could just skip most of the speedway. Like this is, I don't want to do this. Like, you know.
Mhm.
Which is, I always think it's so funny because like I feel like on a general level, Spyro community is not too fond of speedways, but like I feel like theoretically speaking, like there's a timer, you know, like, and it's speed based. Like this should be something we all enjoy, but like everyone just doesn't like them.
I mean, the IL community for SRT is pretty strong, or at least it was.
Shoutouts to Sable Dragon Rock. Sable Dragon later on is going to be doing some ILs, I believe, of speedways. I think.
I thought that was the 80 Dragons, man.
Oh well, maybe I'm just wrong. Total possibility there as well.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get, other than checking the schedule.
And being there when the schedule is organized. Yeah, so I think usually when I get to this boss, like even though like that wasn't super well done, it still is a better situation than I had when I was in normal mode and I got to this point in terms of the amount of time I had to beat the boss.
Is that the only difference, or do things move faster and stuff?
It's literally just the time. I can't notice any other difference. Okay, so that was like a backup run that we had. Oh shoot. Split at the wrong time. I'm like so far behind some of us already. It's like kind of disappointing. Oh my god, just go into the thing. This is like by far and wide my least favorite level in this. There's so much like ridiculous stuff and lag and unfunness to it. So like if you look at this first enemy right here, it's gonna release some bees, and like those bees hitbox are active like even like after you kill them. So I have to be really careful with like. Are you serious? You want to reach me up there, man? Wow. Okay. That just adds to it as well, but great. Oh well.
I feel like their whole honeycomb aesthetic actually kind of works with the isometric perspective. It's kind of a cool design.
Okay, so you see how far ahead I killed that guy, but his bees were still around, so I got hit by him. That's like one of the many things that this level does that is just like why would you ever want that? Maybe turn off music to reduce lag. Is that a thing?
It's a thing in Crash.
I had no idea that was a thing. I'll be doing that in future runs. Wow. I'm learning just as much as everyone else here. Let's go.
Is this something you intend to play for a long time after Spyrothon?
Maybe not after Spyrothon, but I'd like to like get a solid time. Like the fact that I'm still like 20 minutes behind world record is a little disappointing to me. But I'm definitely not trying to grind out like a sub 110. I think world record is currently, I actually don't even want to say because I'm really not sure. But it's certainly sub 110. Okay, so in this part of the level, I have to like flame these huge bee nests and like lead them to a flower. And luckily I got that done in 2 tries. I have sat there for so much longer. Oh man. No, I moved away too fast. So if you get too far ahead, like deep on. But if you get too close to the bee, it'll sting you. And it's just a very weird challenge. That first one is the hardest one. Like the most stairs. Whoops. I didn't think I flamed it, and it turns out I did. And I'm not gonna risk fucking getting a game over right now. A game over, I guess like a death. Having to redo this whole level would really suck. Being that I just complained about how bad of a level it is. Okay. And this is one of the professor's tasks. He kind of just randomly shows throughout and he gets into these like time machine things. I don't really comprehend it at all. Makes literally no sense to me. But he's in the game.
And now he's not.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed Hunter early on as well. He's like a guy they stuck in here for like literally like to show you how to jump. But to get to the place where you learn how to jump, you have to know how to jump pretty well already. It's pretty funny. Very similar to like Spyro 2 and stuff. This isn't where I go. I think I go up here. Yeah. Okay, get ready for lag.
Oh god.
Yeah. And this will continue until I guess this is caused by the music. No, I don't want to exit level here. Actually, maybe exit level would be faster. I don't really know. And now we have our second Sparks level. So the fun thing about Sparks levels, and I'm using fun really liberally here, is that they can crash. But also the fun thing about Sparks levels that hopefully I'll get at least one in this run, is if you... So, for whatever reason, things just take such a long time to load in the Sparks levels, so you'll see me get to an area where there should be a key, but there just won't be. And that really sucks, because that means I have to find a way to waste time until that key spawns. But it's also kind of cool, because what'll happen somewhat often, hopefully I can get it. I don't really know if there's a consistent setup to getting it, but like there'll be times when the final boss just doesn't fully load in. So you'll just get like the freest boss fight you can imagine. Like it'll just load in its final phase.
It's my favorite truck.
The one that we've already heard multiple times. I guess
Yep.
that's like all of them. Let's see. Okay, so thankfully the key spawned in here, and I'm actually gonna just let myself die. Give things a better chance to happen. Yes, Phoenix, that did happen last year, and on top of that the final egg didn't load in. So that has only happened to me at Spyrothon, and let's hope that doesn't become a tradition, because the last thing I want to fight like the bosses in this game more than once, because being honest, they're really unfun. Alright, there are also power-ups I can pick up. I don't know if I've meant blue butterflies. Those are health. The red are like heat-seeking things, except, you know, this is not... I don't really know if they're heat-seeking, but they track down enemies, essentially. The pink ones, that'll give you the ability to kind of like, I guess like, nuke the screen. Hold on. I'm trying to fight this. I don't really have a strat for this one. Kind of just hope. Also, all the bosses turn red when they're about to die. This is a good sign. But I'm also green, so that's a bad sign. There we go. I will take that all the way to the bank, TBH. And everything loaded in. That's not really a common one, in terms of having things not load in correctly. If something doesn't load in correctly, it's usually the red key. But, you know, we don't have to worry about that.
So now we have the first
Sparks
boss.
was originally green. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this game does this really cool thing that when you leave a level, automatically gives you full health, because I think it recognizes how like BS some of the stuff is, which is nice. Okay, so this is our first boss fight. I wish I can like show you how ridiculous this would be casually, but we have like some pretty cool damage abuse things you could do. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to get hit by that first one, run into him again to get hit the first hit. I'm just going to stand here, and when he's on the way down, I'm going to time a charge, and I'll actually trade hits with him. So I won't get hit, and he'll get hit, and I won't have to put up with any like actual fight. It's really nice and fast, especially when compared to the alternative. The alternative of like having to fight him, like actually unfair. And for this fight, it's just 5 hits. Oh, too fast on the pulse there. Okay, I thought my game crashed for a second.
Yeah, that looked pretty suspect.
I didn't split again. Nice. Alright, now we are in the next fairy home.
I'm gonna guess it's spring themed.
Zach, you are a mastermind. Okay, I'm actually so worried about this level because there is a thief I have to get, and like there's like a certain timing to it, and I'm just really bad at the timing. I think I spent like 4 minutes alone, like not in the level, just like trying to kill the thief during last Spyrothon, and that's a really cool mechanic this game has. Every single time you get hit in this game, it has like a 2-mile knockback, and it's just unfun. How many bosses and levels were there? There's 2 bosses. I've never counted the levels.
It seems like there's five.
I don't know.
Five
Have
per
I?
home world.
Sure.
I think it's 4 levels and a speedway in each homeworld.
Well, and then
there's,
also Sparks.
like 4 homeworlds. Oh yeah, so 3 levels, a Sparks level, and a speedway.
I don't know if I've described the super hover that I've been doing, but it really makes routing significantly easier. If you hover near an edge, it'll give you like this super flight thing. Not like a super flight, but like a super hover. And the routing is really based around that in a lot of ways.
Oh, so this is just like a Sunny Villa kind of remake. Like with the enemies looking like all Roman and shit.
Yeah. John with the straight out call out post. Do you see that shit? Oh my god. That's too real, dude. Can you not? Oh, I thought you were like calling me. Well, like, I don't want to like come on here and just be like, hey, this game is the greatest thing ever, and then like have someone accidentally play Season of Ice. Like, alright, so remember what I've been saying. Like, if I die, the level resets, and the path that this thief takes actually is just all around like the water that would result in me dying. So I really want to avoid having him go to an area. Ideally, I trap him right here and I hit him, but that's for pro gamers.
Can you do a proxy?
Not on purpose.
But you
Oh,
can do
dude,
it?
that's what?
You
I don't.
them,
I not off of people. You can kind of like proxy off of corners if that makes any sense. But no one really knows how it works. After talking to a few people, well, and then I guess like we would find out how it works, or I'd be more interested in finding out. Were to feel that it would affect the gameplay, but in reality, because we already have these routes set in stone, well, I guess is that the word I want to use? I don't know if it's well, but where am I going? I think I go up here. Yeah. Kill that enemy, and now we're gonna flame the last thing. We actually death abuse here, but yeah, since you have to go throughout the whole level, getting like proxy to a certain height doesn't really matter too much. And on that note,
I like how the water effect is just like the last layer of the level, and it's just constantly going no matter what's on the screen. So it has 0 interaction with any surface.
believe it or not, I'm on PB pace right now because during my last time playing Wasp, my game crashed twice. So I'm like 13 seconds ahead of PB, and I'm going the wrong way. Which is nice. Dude, so last night, I don't remember who, it was actually during this, and I was like trying to formulate a question, and like I think I took like 2 minutes, and I was like, how, what, who, and like I just gave up eventually, and I don't think I ever got the question answered. And even though I don't really remember what the question is, I'm still upset that I don't know the answer.
So now we have Agent 9's lab.
Yeah, and this is a really fun one because it has a lot of the super hover stuff planned into it, into the route naturally. And I also added it to a few other places just because, again, I think it's a fun technique.
And we have the Hurricane light bulb thing.
That'll be later on. Are you implying this level? There's like a more Heracos-esque level. I don't even know if I would call it Heracos-esque. Okay. So I don't know if you noticed that, but I hovered and would have fallen right on the thing. It has happened to me many times before where that will just result in me dying. How many fairies do I need? There are 99 that you need to get into the final boss, and then obviously, 100 is GG. But I guess technically, well, you need all of them. That's all that really matters. Hello? Can you? Thank you. Yeah, I wish.
There's a lot of variety in this game.
What do you mean?
I think every challenge is flaming something.
Yeah, it's great. So I don't know if you saw what I did there, but there's like some random objects that are just around in this game, and oh no! That was such a good thing to good pace. Oh well, I still have all the collectible pencils you have to pick up, so at least I don't have to go back for those. But I do have to. Do I even need to go up there? I guess not. All the enemies do stay dead, so I don't have to worry about that either. It's literally just I have to go back and reflame all the pencils. That's so annoying. Yeah. Okay. And like again, as someone has asked earlier, I don't really have the route at this level, or like how the level actually should look like with the map. Like I can't map out a level, so I like literally have to go through the route in its entirety to get to where I want to be, which I guess isn't inherently bad because the route is made to get these pencils that I need to get. So, oh my god, what is this? Okay, there we go.
Are you meant to be able to get on top of whatever the hell that is?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's like anything. So you can like stand on like the trees and the unfortunately though, a lot of it is just straight up not useful at all. For the purpose of a speedrun at least. Or as far as we are concerned, right now, I don't think there's any cool skips you can do with it. Oh man. I really wanted this to not die in any of these later levels. But you have to be really careful with what order I do things, because I want to activate a specific warp, and that took me too long to get, too long to stand on. There's so many times when I would just like go brain dead. I'd just collect things in the wrong order, and I'd feel like the biggest idiot. What's up? Seems really frustrating. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's very unforgiving. But when you get in a groove, you're in a groove. So at least it has that going for it. I'm so good at advertising games to be played, right?
I mean, this game doesn't make a good look for itself.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do to help that.
Well, I think what's like really bad though is like so many people give it crap because it's like an isometric game, and it's like, no, dude, there's so many better reasons to be hating it. Like, like just look a little further and you'll see. Like, come on, like find a better reason. Isometric games aren't objectively bad. It just happens that this is a bad isometric game. Alright, this is actually an interesting level. I don't know why, but this is the only level in the whole game in which you don't need to kill all the enemies. Which kind of sucks, because like most enemies are annoying and like and stuff,
Hey,
but
it's
like the enemies in
Sorry
this
for
level.
interrupting you.
Oh shit, I'm going the wrong way. That's not where I'm supposed to go.
The first NPC in Spyro I've seen with my name.
I'm sure. I'm actually almost positive that your name is used in another Spyro game. It just has to be.
Really?
Yeah, between Enter the Dragonfly, how many dragonflies are in that game, and how many weird names do they?
Oh,
And then there's
that game existed.
And then there's You're the Dragon. Is there one in there?
No.
And the dragons also have name. Like, are we counting those? Dragons in 120s have name. 120.
In 120. Doesn't even call it by the
No,
game name.
just
Calls
confusing.
it by the
I don't
category.
get where. Yeah, and you know what? And that's like a really interesting point making. It's like I feel like Spyro the Dragon is very confusing in that way as well, where it's just like not always clear which direction is the best direction to be going in. But
Right.
at the same time, like that's like the fun part of that game. Like that's why I've been enjoying playing it so far. Like I don't really know what I should be doing, but like it's fun to explore. Like this doesn't have like the fun aspect, especially when you die every 10 seconds. I was super monka ass there.
Well, I mean, the part about this game that I would see as being frustrating with figuring out where to go is there's a lot of blind gliding. You're just kind of hoping there's a platform somewhere in the distance.
Yeah, right. And I think that's like a big part of the reason why. Can you do the thing? Why in the future games they actually like completely change how the camera works. So like the camera, like if I were moving left, the camera would give you a farther view to the left, which is like good, but it makes me so dizzy. Alright, let's see if I can get this first try. I can. Let's go. That should be all the fairies. That's like such a nice level. Honestly, I always split there super early because in this split that level is so short that I have it combined with the speedway as well. So I like just split there, and I was like looking, and I was like, why is that a 4-minute goal? That's just not right. My captain. What's up, Lingo? When are you picking up a Spyro game, man?
That's a good question.
I'm actually gonna take the time to say that anyone who's interested in Spyrothon, they're handing out the sign-up sheet for that. Like you don't need to sign up, but apparently it's just more helpful that way. I don't really understand the logic, but like that's something you're interested in, and you have the time. I believe it's the last weekend of December.
December 28th.
Yeah, December 28th. Probably for some people, December 29th as well. I imagine.
Well, it looks like we have 2 people already signed up, and that's it.
Wait, how do you know this? Have you been? Are you doing it?
Maybe.
Ooh, gotta
Come
learn
at me.
5 games. So in this speedway, mini bosses are introduced. I guess that's kind of cool. Essentially, the way those work is you gotta kill like it's like little babies before you kill the actual thing. Again, I don't know if mini bosses. I'm just gonna use it though. And like I said, there's like no real difference between any of the speedways, except sometimes something new is introduced, such as this. But I think this is like really the last new thing that is introduced, and also the length of it. I think usually not even different. Oh my god. Oh, that are we on the speedway? And I haven't mentioned that if I get hit, I feel like that's self-explanatory and a little obvious, but. Someone needs to buy you Spyro 1. I literally just bought my copy of Spyro 1, and let me tell you, I'm having a... Let me tell you what.
Have you played any Crash games, Tooper?
No. Define played?
I guess more than like 3 hours.
No.
You played?
I've like played it at like friends' houses and stuff. I'm really interested in... 2 looks really fun as a speed game, but not as fun casually. 1 just looks really fun casually. And... yeah, 3. 3 exists, and we'll leave it at that. Talking about Crash during Spyrothon, let's go. Dude, during the 117 run, they had such a long conversation about Harry Potter.
They did commentary
really great.
for 117.
Who's on comment? It was JT, Nerf, and Cam.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember which Harry Potter movie it was, but JT was like, I hated the 5th Harry Potter movie. They had bad haircuts. And it was so funny. Oh god. What a fun time. What a good marathon. Hopefully everyone has been around for that. For the whole time. Like me. If you didn't stay up till almost
5 a.m.
What?
Was it like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning?
Well, I went to sleep at what was it? I guess like 1 in the morning, and then I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, and we're going, man. I don't know how useful I'll be after this, cause like, as is, I'm like already kind of mentally checked out. If this PBs, that's really a testament to how awful my time is in this game. Actually, if this PBs, you know what, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna keep on playing this game until I get one that's not an utter disgrace. Yes, I am using a GameCube controller. Game Boy player is just objectively better than anything else for this.
Isn't it slower?
Than emulator, I believe so, but that's me just going off of what John Unfill has told me. And that's for a different game, so grain of salt. Using anything but SP? Hell yeah. Can you do that? Can you hook an SP up? Because like I would definitely do that. Just for the sake of being able to say I did it. Okay, so Caterpillar Gardens. How do I say this? I hate this level. This is like the Sparks level that like will never cooperate with anyone. If you watch World Record, what he does is he actually just takes the level slower, so that way it's completely guaranteed that the keys will spawn in. However, I would rather just get there faster and then find a way to waste time, because on the off chance that they do spawn correctly, like, that would just be free fucking time save. And it didn't matter. So it's this green key that's coming up that always really messes with me. Let's see. And this boss is also really annoying. So this is always the one. Hope does not fully spawn in because it's genuinely a hard boss. As much as I hate to say that. No freaking way. Alright. That's nice.
How much progress is that?
I just have to redo the level. So it's not, it really is not the end of the world, but like that I was saying, this run was on PB pace and now it is not. Actually, if the boss doesn't fully spawn, this could still PB. But like why is that a thing? And it's only with like, that's all I have to do. I'm just gonna only sigh from now on. Why even bother talking about how bad this game is? Kappa, maybe, I don't know. So, oh, there's the other thing. So if you looked in the bottom left corner of the screen right there, you were able to see the key was actually there. I bet you now it's not there. No, it's still there. Let's go. That'll happen to me a lot. Or the key will just despawn. And like I just have to hope it respawns. Not I have to die. I'm just not gonna grab that power up. Yes. Oh no, I still grabbed it. What do I do? Oh shoot. And that other power up I had was just like objectively good for this boss. Oh, we got it, boys.
Damn.
All right, that was a little saving grace right there. I think we're back on PB pace.
Nice.
Let's go. Yeah, so to give you a hint at how bad that level was last time I got a PB, We're 3 minutes ahead.
What's your PB?
Well, I completely just inflamed this. My PB is a 128.05 as of Friday night. So let's do this, man. Are you hyped? You're gonna be on the SOI boards.
So
Just PBs. So, so as you can tell, my routing for this part of the game is a little non-existent, but that's okay, because I have a general idea of where I'm supposed to be going.
Is there anything left to do in spring?
Yes, just the homeworld fairies,
Oh, okay.
then I can leave. Okay, that's one. That should be all 5. Hell yeah. And we're actually going to do this one in reverse of this next homeworld in reverse of how we've been doing them usually. I'm going to start off by doing the homeworld, or some of the homeworld fairies. I don't think we grabbed them all. We grabbed 4 of the 5. That's Grunendorf just saying he still has a headache. And Grunendorf? I don't even know that guy's name. He's just like, my headache is still bad, and I hate you all. No, this way. Oh, that was way too not in the right place. Okay. Oh my god, it feels good to not feel like I need to talk a million miles an hour.
Yeah, you really don't.
Yeah, I don't know why it was. I think I'm just so tired that it's just like the second of energy. How many fairies is that I grabbed? 3. Star Park. I like this level a lot. It's not like a fun level or anything. I just like the colors.
How old are you?
I can like colors. No. Ta-da. Come on, man.
It's like a little more Spyro 3 stuff. The boulder throwing rhino.
Yep.
You're collecting Wi-Fi signals, I see.
Glad you made the joke for me. Why are you collecting Wi-Fi? I didn't even notice it. Yeah, I don't really know either. Is that where I go? I'm so lost right now. No, that is not where I go. I almost just jumped off into nowhere. Holy cannoli. Don't speedrun while tired. Imagine me killing a pace where I'm 3 minutes ahead. Actually, you know what? Just give me some fucking time. No, that's not what it is. And I forgot something. Which is not good at all. I forgot a lot of things. Wow. I'm just gonna hope that they're over here. Alright, well this is the Wi-Fi signal. Well, I'm missing more than that. Perfect. At least this will take me here. And then I can just go through the level again. It's the ducky. What ducky? Well. Let's see where this is. Where did I go wrong?
Literally every level is just flaming.
Are you serious? I missed like the very first one. And what sucks is now I have to kill myself again. How many lives do I have? I have more than 10. Perfect. I don't think I'll need, like, there's no, like, death requiring trick that I need to do. I just am bad. Okay, so now this PBs, I, like, really do not want to stop running it. Because there's so much free time save all around, honestly. Is there something down here that I need to find? I'm too tired for this. Oh. You go up or left? I think you go left. Hell yeah, we go left. Check out all the possibilities I have here as to where this guy could be. I think, like, most likely what happened is that I saw him and just walked right past it. Yeah, that's right. Okay. There should be one right over here. It's not. Oh, ignore my incorrect. Yes, there's one right over here. This is probably the one I forgot if I had to guess. Because from here on out, like, there's just one. I know exactly where that one is. If this doesn't do it, I don't know what to tell you guys. Oh shit.
Top left.
Top left. It's the ducky, top left. Hello? Thank God you are here, because I don't know. Top left. Am I... well, I'll just do the level over again.
Just keep going up and left.
It's the ducky, top left. Ducky, top left. What does that mean? I'm trying to think of what that could possibly mean. Top left. Left here. Top left.
Just reciting it.
Top left, my guy. That's where it is.
Top left.
It's top left.
Top
You know
left.
what doesn't help is, like, the fact that I clearly don't really have my route fully memorized. So this probably would make perfect is this what he means? This top left?
Top left.
Oh, I died again. Nice. Nice. There goes PB. Wow, I was 3 minutes ahead. Unless if, like, during PB I had something somehow even more catastrophic than this happened. I just, like, don't remember it.
Maybe your PB had bottom right.
Kick. Why can't I run, like, a real any percent game like yours? Not have to forget anything. I think this is what he meant by top left. Like, I didn't get that one that I just got. I think. The issue is now I've done this level so many times. Race blaster and top left that as well. Well, hopefully I did that. Race platform top left. Oh, maybe it's that one? What? There's so many raised platforms. It's like a defining... It's like a defining characteristic of a platform.
Like for the platform with the snow on it.
Did I get it? Not yet. Oh, yes. And then I guess I'll just... Wait, no, I should... No, I don't... I can exit level here.
I just say Agent 10.
Or did it say Agent 10?
That fairy's name.
Right, Massa. Right, that one. Did I not get the very last one? Is that what you're saying? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, we're back on track. That's the one you forgot that twice? Oh my god. Don't tell me it was that one. Can you just, like, tell me it was a different one so I don't feel as bad about myself? How many fairies am I at? 89. Am I missing fairies? Let's see, Dusty Trail will have 6. There's 2 in the final one, that'll be 97. 98 is Beetle Burrows. 99 is the one right by the entrance. Okay, no, I'm good. I like this one because, like, the music just does not fit what's going on at all. And this also kind of reflects another Year of the Dragonfly. Year of the Dragonfly? Enter the Dragon? What? Year of the Dragon. Level, I guess, to an extent.
Oh yeah.
Just Dragonfly. Unique music height. I guess so, yeah. Shoutouts to John, who's actually been playing the game of tracking what music's been used where. Proud of you. Hello, did I just charge through his bullet?
So what's your pace looking like right now?
I'm already losing time. So I don't have full splits set up. So for like the last like 5 or 6 levels, I just don't have splits. Oh, nice! I got him. I usually don't get that set up. Oh, the Dino Cowboy one. Yeah, that one. But also in all honesty, it's not too good in terms of PB. For some unknown reason, TBH. Did I do this right? I don't think I did this right. Oh well, we're about to find out. See some nice good luck, T-Free. I needed that luck 1 level ago. But I appreciate it just the same. Season of Nost. I'm down for that game. It's just a bunch of Nosts stuck in ice cubes and shit. Oh yes, I did it right. Okay. Well, there's a chance for anything. And this, if I can complete the next level in 2 minutes flat, we're looking pretty good. But wanna.
Good luck, Milk.
Thank you to whoever wished me luck. I appreciate it greatly, because you know what? Right now, that's all I really need. I think luck's the only thing that could really save this run.
A little talent wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, but that's not gonna spawn out of nowhere. So luck will have to do. Let me just go crash the game again. I'm so mad the game crashed. Well, I also had like a 3-minute time limit, but we're gonna ignore that. Red is up. What am I doing? I'm on the wrong level. Mentally, at least. I'll just grab you now. Grab you. Which I guess now that'll really screw me over. Yeah, and as much as I'd love to like explain, like, I don't know, what is there really to explain? I'm running through a level collecting keys and praying shit doesn't crash. So the thing that's really, really bad about this particular boss is like I need to straight up in order to have any form of chance of beating this boss. And that's typically what causes the crashes is the power-ups, from what I can tell. Ooh, it's gonna be close, boys.
Ooh.
I went from 3 minutes ahead to 21 seconds behind. Yeah, unfortunately the runner that was supposed to do that signed up and then became unavailable during this weekend. Okay. The pressure is on. You don't think you've ever gotten this far in the game casually? It's better that way.
Stop as soon as possible.
It's like go to GameStop and tell them that you got a used copy and it was broken. And that you want a refund.
This was the one that Joe was saying is harder on difficulty.
That what?
This speedway is actually harder on the hard difficulty as opposed to all the other ones.
So the main difference with this speedway is the final boss. I should really stop using that word because like it's not really a boss, but like the boss of the speedway gets like invincibility frames. As if, you know, this was already fair enough. I really don't think anyone, like, I don't think these are possible to do casually unless you like know to mash the A button. Let's see where. Oh my god, how did I not hit that? Didn't hit any of this. Nice, nice. So I guess like in theory it shouldn't matter that I don't hit. Should be to it in an amount of time that is smaller than like the amount of time that will be on. Like no matter what time it is, I guess. So if I like horribly fuck something up. Oh my god. Nice. So, for being totally honest, I really could not tell you. Like, it's escaping me right now. Invisible during the time he's gray or the time he's red. But during one of those, like, phases he does, you can't hit him.
At some point he has iframes.
What?
At some point he has iframes.
Well, I mean, the iframes are certainly color-coded, I can tell you that one. Which
really
I
up
guess
to interpretation.
Just ask yourself, does he look invincible right now? Invincible? Invisible? Does he look invisible?
I can't see him.
Oh man, I'm so tired. So when will someone test this
Mustard
game? I will
seed?
gladly test this game. Let's do it. Don't actually take me seriously there, please. I will not be testing this game.
So we just have the final boss after this, right?
Yeah, and there's like one homeworld fairy I have to. I didn't check my fairy count before coming in here, which because the level before this gives me a sparks ability that lets me fast travel. So usually at that point I just do the fast traveling, so that way I'm not disappointed. Once I get to the what I believe is end game. No, I missed that one. Oh no, I missed all of them. I don't know this guy. Are you serious? Are you realsies? Oh. I like how like randomly they decide like, hey, what if this time instead of bats we use planes? Yeah, alright.
Is this the only time they change it?
Yeah. Well there's one where they just use literal like circles. I keep on moving into fast, and now I think I can't beat this anymore. Do I just throw? No, I'm gonna beat it. I'm actually, there's like no chance I beat this. I'm gonna do my darn best.
You got this. Beat this fast so we have enough time for a bone dance race.
We're an hour behind schedule. There will be no dancing of bones. Alright, I failed.
Bone dance
Alright.
has been delayed due to the rush of the holiday season. Clearly.
Yeah, rip PB. Is this like a watered down version of Charge and Bird? If that's what you want to believe, no one could really tell you. More than an hour? Honestly, I might just like do more runs right after. No. Yeah, I ran out of time. And it was my own fault, because like, I was pretty good in, but I just, if you get hit by the boss, instead of losing 1 second, 3, which kinda rained on my parade there, rained on my run, rained on my PB, if you will.
What makes this so awful? Blind.
What makes what awful?
The game, I assume is the question.
So what makes the game so awful blind is like right now with route I use, I know exactly how high all the platforms are, where specifically the platforms are, so I don't have to essentially jump into the middle of nowhere and just pray that I'm landing on something. And on top of that, like, there's like a lot of things, like in the Sparks levels as well as this level, like mashing A is just objectively better, and there's no way you would ever figure that out. And I really don't think you could do this without mashing A. Like, I don't foresee like someone casually just being able to like mash A. I'm sorry, hold down A and beat this boss. So it's a lot of stuff like that, and also like the game's very forceful of like how it wants you to navigate the game, I guess. So one example of that is like it's really strict on the requirements to get into certain levels. You need to collect all fairies, but like a lot of places you just won't be able to get into without having all the fairies prior to that level. And on top of that, if you die, which is really easy because a lot of the enemies are overpowered, the level kind of resets a few things. 2015 has been going well. Reminder that if that's just a reminder there's no checkpoints in this game, that's a 100% true statement, and it's really bad. So luckily, I had mentioned this earlier, why did that pause there? The bosses are exactly the same, so I'm just going to do the same setup of taking 1 damage, moving to the side.
Time coming up here?
Yeah. Time is on credits. So I'll say time. I probably should have mentioned that. It's literally the current year right now. Oh no, that's not good. That could have been bad. If you die, you have to re-get all the hits. At least that's my understanding. And this one, I know the first one is 5. I think this one might be 10. Okay, so that's his death. His time's coming up insanely shortly. Time.
GG.
I guess, by some cruel definition of the word. Yeah, overall, I think it's a little sad how underappreciated some GBA games are. Maybe not this one, but definitely look into Spyro GBA games. They're a lot of fun.
Looks like we're only 3 games behind schedule.
Dope. Hey, I made up some of the time there. Good run. With an okay run. So next up, we actually have 80 Dragons up next, done by Sable. That is actually super cool. There's a really cool fairy storage trick that I'm sure Sable will do an excellent job of explaining because I genuinely don't really understand it. I'm hyped for that run. We will see you there. Have a good one, everyone.